For the Beauty Yet to Come. By J.W. Steele. Captain James Hudson was the first human to set foot on exoplanet Theta 7, an enigmatic world swathed in shimmering hues of turquoise and gold. Its flora and fauna were beyond his wildest imaginings. Towering trees with leaves made of silver and fruit made of gold pulsed with wave-like rhythm, and creatures resembling birds and butterflies swam gracefully through the air. It was a world where everything pulsed with life, in a harmonious dance of light and color. NASA's mission was to assess its potential for future colonization, but his journey took an unexpected turn. Not long after landing, his rover malfunctioned in a field of opalescent crystals. As he made adjustments, a luminous figure emerged from behind a nearby ridge. She was an alien woman, her skin a mesmerizing shade of emerald green, and her brain encased in a transparent crystalline shroud that glowed with an ethereal light. Despite her exotic appearance, she exuded an aura of beauty and elegance that captivated James instantly. "Greetings," he said, his voice echoing through his helmet's communicator. "I'm Captain James Hudson from planet Earth. Who might you be?" The woman's eyes, deep pools of violet, met his with a mix of curiosity and warmth. "I am Leora," she replied, her voice like a gentle melody. "Welcome to our world." As days turned into weeks, James and Leora spent more time together. He learned that her people lived harmoniously with the planet, their physical forms and developed minds intimately linked to its energy. Their conversations were a dance of intellect and emotion. The more James got to know Leora, the more he felt connected to her. Despite her advanced physiology, her feminine form rivaled that of the most beautiful human female he'd ever seen. He found himself falling in love with her and the depth of her spirit. One twilight evening, as they watched the bioluminescent flora bloom beneath the filigreed golden sky, James shared his plan. "I have to return to Earth. My mission is complete, and they'll be expecting my report. I can't stay here forever, Leora. Please understand I will return to you again one day. I give you my word." Her expression changed from warmth to concern. "You are leaving?" "I have to, it's my duty." Her eyes grew dim with sadness. "If you leave, it could mean the end of everything here. Everything we share together." James' forehead knitted. "What do you mean?" With a heavy heart, Leora revealed the secret she had kept hidden. "Our lives are intertwined with this planet. My brain waves and those of my kindred regulate its cycles and stability. We control its tides, the phases of our moons, the climates, and the seasons. We are a sensitive people born into a delicate ecosystem. Our thoughts and intentions are the living spirit of this realm. I have grown attached to you, James. If you leave, the loss of your vibration would result in a consequence of cataclysmic design. I'm sorry, honey. But I knew this was coming. I have used my paranormal abilities to disable your ship's computers. You are one of us now and forever." James gazed into the distance and said nothing. Leora took his hand and caressed his fingers gently with hers. Don't you understand our situation, my darling? Theta 7 protects its children and grants them immortality. This paradise realm has bonded with your soul. You should be grateful. James looked into her and shook his head slowly. What can I do? I'm nearly a light year away from Earth. My ship has been rendered inert, and you hold supernatural abilities I cannot fathom. It's not that I want to leave. I am torn between two worlds. Leora sighed. The planet would weep deeply at your loss. Would you allow us to perish just to bring those of your kind to this realm? We have never known war, but your planet thrives on it. James lowered his gaze. We have been here from the beginning of time, James. We cannot leave this place. Theta 7 cannot change even by a molecule. Life as you knew it on Earth is ephemeral and subject to decay. But here, we live forever. An imbalance of the energies that sustain us would lead to the planet's collapse. It would mean the end for my people and me. James felt stunned. I know your mind is beautiful, Leora. I have grown enamored of you. I understand that you and your family are an intricate part of this ecosystem. But that is not the whole of this situation. He dropped her hand and stood. His face grew crimson. Damn it, Leora, you are the one that cannot understand. On Earth, our sense of what is right and what is wrong determines our destiny. Sometimes we must do what is wrong to make a better world. We will fight to the death for what we believe to be true. I cannot allow my feelings for you or this ineffable place to determine my actions. Leora shuddered. Oh, James, my poor confused James. I truly love you, but intellect is more powerful than love. My IQ is far superior to yours, and my paranormal abilities allow me to see the future clearly. We know all there is to know in this heaven, and we are happier than the most fortunate man on your earth. She paused for a moment, and the iridescent night larks sang in the evening breezes. There are no changes here, my lover. That is one of our gifts. Everything is always as it has been and shall always be. It would be a crime against our God and dereliction of our sworn duty to allow others of your race to enter this planet. I'm sorry, James. People of your world are condemned to accept what they are. Can't you see the truth? Has the suffering on your planet taught you nothing? Those of your nature are born worthy of salvation, but seldom do they seek it. That is your curse. I will not let you leave. The captain spat on the ground. So your God is xenomorphic, huh? What kind of God is that? Leora lowered her gaze. I cannot weep. It is not programmed in our DNA. Before I met you, I could not conceive of such a terrible fate as tears or sorrow. But if I were able to weep, I would shed an ocean of tears for you because your depth is so shallow. I'm sorry, James, the Council of Elders will not permit you to destroy our race. James raised his head and watched the neurons of her mind pulse with an electric blue current. You are an intelligent and logical species, Leora. Could I meet with the council and try to reason with them? I have a family back on Earth. I need to return. She appeared indifferent. All beings are forced to bear the fruits of their past actions, James. You knew the truth when you took on that responsibility. Why did you betray them, cavorting through the galactic arm like some kind of cosmic cowboy? Your karma was to raise your family. The personal choices of your past are none of my concern. I will not blame the elders for my decision. They offered their wisdom, but I love you. It was my burden to decide your fate. Her voice grew firm. You will remain with us for eternity, James Hudson, deal with it. Leora stood, folded her arms on her chest, and walked away. One twilight evening, under the light of the translucent lunar moons, a figure could be seen treading across the rutted silver chaparral. James climbed onto the flight deck of the Interstellar Explorer. He knew what had to be done. The captain unlocked the energy systems of the xenon propulsion drivers. When the gauges blinked green, he initiated the memory erasure protocol, a high-tech neural wipe designed for extreme cases. The ship's AI voiced its final warning. In a hollow voice, it cried, "Memory erasure will commence in 1 minute. This action is irreversible." James then left the bridge and returned to the far ridge of the canyon. The captain gazed at the ship, and a tear drained from his eye. He sighed, knowing he could never return to Earth. He closed his eyes, recalling the memories one last time, his family, his friends, his life. The countdown continued. He felt a sharp jolt followed by a feeling of weightlessness and the scent of apricots. His memories began to fade, each one dissolving like mist in the morning sun. He bowed his head and said, "I will give up the wonder I knew for the beauty yet to come." The first explosion rocked the ground beneath him. He watched as the ship erupted into a ball of fire, fragments scattered across the sky like shooting stars. His mind, now a blank slate, struggled to accept what had just happened. The knowledge, the pain, the joy, all of it was gone. He felt an odd sense of liberation, a new beginning in this alien paradise. From out of the etheric veil, Leora appeared beside him, her expression unreadable. She took his hand, and he turned to her with vacant eyes. Leora understood what she had done, and though it pained her, she knew it was his fate. She had to know for sure. "You've given up everything," she said softly. "Why?" James, now a shell of his former self, looked at her with a faint smile and said, "I did it for us, Leora, all of us. And for the beauty yet to come."